let's talk about this piece of wood. A friend of mine gave it to me. He actually gave me several logs. He had to take down a tree off of his rental property, and he called me and said, you might be interested in this wood because it has a lot of the pencil spalting. If you guys can see that. I believe it, he believed it was white oak. It did have quite a bit of rot, and of course that's the reason it had to come down, because it was dying. I had to do a lot of cleanup on it, and yeah, so we're going to put it in some black epoxy, and we're going to turn a bowl. Helpful hint. So I'm sure you've seen a few of my videos. If not, have a look at the battle with the cedar burl, where I dropped a bucket with epoxy, and it had to do with handles that I had created, because lifting these pieces in and out of a pressure pot can be challenging. No place to grip, so I'd made duct tape handles. So now I've devised a different way where I'm not relying on the duct tape handles that rip, or you still don't have real good stability. I'm using just your plastic grocery bags, and they make perfect handles for your pieces that fit into your pot, where your hands don't have the ability to really grip real good without slipping. So yeah, pretty nifty idea. Okay, let's pour this in here, and then we'll see where we're at. Let's see if she wants to fit down into the pressure pot. Yep. See? Now let's get... Alright, so got her mounted between centers. Just having a lot of problems getting her centered just right. But, so it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, which, when isn't it? Yeah, let's give her a spin up. I think I can only get it up to around 500 and start taking off some of this excess epoxy. See if we can get her straightened out so I can, yep, start putting some shape to her. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Yeah, still have that hole. Wonder how deep it goes. Alright, so looks to be that my piece did rise up a little bit because I have way too much epoxy on the bottom. I am super unhappy with the epoxy staining that I'm seeing here. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I thought if I go deep enough, of course I'm getting into punky wood and all that, but it's funny because look here, epoxy staining, but there's so much punky wood. I knew this piece potentially was going to be a challenge just because of her condition. I just hate that I'm losing out on all that spalting is not making me happy. Had I used a lighter color, I would still have epoxy staining, but now I have to really think hard how I want to handle her. I had a design and shape where I was coming down more to a point, but it seems the further I go in, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be looking at. Need to see how deep that crack goes. Oh, turn loosely. Take a straight pin. Or that void. So, just at this point, it's about that deep. So I will still have to address it at some point. If I bring this in a little bit further, just don't know, especially because I had to bring down the top because of some, well, part of it is the chip out, but I think that was where some of the hot glue was, which clearly didn't work and keep my piece in the bottom. So I'm going to stop that business. Yeah, well, we'll kind of keep at her. How deep do you go? Huh? Because my problem's going to be, if I'm using black CA, oh, I just have to get a control of that before it just starts really chipping out bad. Gotta do something about that. I'm bringing back some of the spalting, but oh, the CA staining. Yeah, I did worry about that a little bit with this such a punky soft wood. I don't even know for sure if this is, I don't know if this is oak. That's just kind of, first he thought it was elm, but I'm pretty sure not elm. All right. I'm going to put some sanding sealer on her, see if I can get her, come on, quit that. Get those fibers stiffened up. Something, I got to do something, because that's just going to keep being bad. Man, just go soak up in there, please. Could you just do that for me? May take a lot longer for her to dry, but might as well stick it down in the tenon. Probably gonna have to put some CA glue down in that. I would just use CA glue to stiffen it, but I don't have a ton of CA glue anymore. Been using it a lot lately, and I would just end up with CA stain. It would be like I would have to use it on the whole bowl. Come on, absorb in there. Might as well put somebody on the top here, because eventually I will get to messing with that. Okay, may let that set for a little bit and then come back and give her some more. Okay, since she's kind of punky, I'm going to give her a little bit of CA right in here. Stiffen up her fibers just a little bit. Give her something sturdy to grip onto. Let her set for a few minutes. I shouldn't do it. It'll run down. Maybe not. Just kind of stay in the wormy holes. Yeah. Oh. Let's give her a little bit of stability. Whenever I do turn her around. Oh no! Get up off there. I gotta put something in that. And that's still a hot mess. Yep. Man, I wish I could put... I'm hoping sanding will bring some of that out. Probably not. Let's spray that. Oh. Let's put some more sanding sealer on it. Ooh, you better put your glove on the other hand, lady. On the outside. Sand towel. You just turned away most of that. I'm feeling it's going to be yuckily on the inside too. Hey, don't be getting all my tool rest all yucky. Come on, let's soak up in there. So I get a nice cut, please. Would you please do that for me? Then I'll check out and see where I need to put some black CA. Oh. See, good idea, bad idea, I don't know. Because you are pretty hunky. But what I've done is I got into it a little too much. So I'm pretty good there, about waves in there. Oh, I have to go in at it. Oh, I don't want to use. I'm gonna fix that top right there. I'm gonna work on that a little bit before I get too far into her. And I need to definitely put some sanding sealer in her. Maybe let her sit for a minute. Alright, let me see what I can do actually with this. Which tool should I use? What, lady? What tool? She's liable to break in half. She's pretty thin. Right here, don't go. Can't put even any color on it. Okay. Okay, you guys can see what a wobble she's got to her. That means she did some moving overnight. I put the CA glue in her lathe last night and put some more sanding sealer on her. And yeah, she's a hot mess. I don't think I can turn that out. Let me see. Imagine she has pulled in this way, and she'll probably continue to do so. So we will just do some sanding on her and see what we can do. I mean, I really needed to be able to put a tool in her to make her look better, but we'll see what sanding can do for her. Seeing what you need to be seeing, but this is where we're at. Alright. All that dry sanding. Now I'm going to do some wet sanding. Yeah. Alright, let's give her a Yorkshire grit spin. It's gonna be a wonky ride still, because she's that bottom. Forward. Oh. Hard to hold on to that paper towel when you're so wonky. Oh my gosh. You could stop doing that to me, you know. Let's go for the magnifying. Alright, let's get it going. Let's get into some more bounce, 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 bounce. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Okay. And okay, here we are. We got our bottom off. I was surprised I didn't send it flying, because I pushed it to where it did just kind of take itself off. But yeah, so I am not thinking that this is oak. It didn't quite act like oak normally does. Whenever I'm turning oak, it's, I don't know, it's just different. So I wonder, not sure what kind of wood this is. I was thinking white oak, and that's what he was thinking, an oak, because of the bark that was on it. This is something I don't care for. I don't like all the wormholes down in the bottom of the bowl. That is something I didn't really, you know, there's several things I'm a little bit disappointed in. The epoxy staining, where it kind of blurs out a little bit. That I'm not happy with. And then of course this discoloration is a epoxy staining. Yeah, I like the spalting in the bowl. Looks really cool. Would have looked much better had I been able to turn away more of the epoxy and it not stain as much. I think it would have complemented the black epoxy. Thinking about potentially pouring a little layer of black epoxy down in the bottom of this bowl. I think it would pop. I think it would help. I don't like the wormholes. And I used the black, but every time I would go in and try to clean it up, I just kept popping the black back out, which my black CA glue is a medium thick. And I think, you know, underneath the wormholes, you know, there's just this packed powder. So even if I put in some other CA glue, it still wanted to break away. And I put tons of sanding sealer on her to try to make her behave. Yeah. So that you know, like I said, I'm not fond of the staining. You know, it should have just filled that crack and not seeped out like that. But you know, this wood was in pretty bad shape. He had thought I might not even want it because it was in such bad shape. But you know, it's one of those things. I like taking wood that isn't in really good shape and seeing if I can do something with it. So yeah, you guys will get to see in the picture box, if you stay till the end of the pictures, whether I decided to put a layer of black epoxy in the bottom of that. I thought about doing it on the back side, but I don't have enough of an indentation, and if I was going to do it, I would want to be able to do it all the way to the rim. And yeah, that would be really hard to do, make it look okay. But just pouring a little layer down in here, I think would, I don't know, make it just pop even more. Yeah, so stay tuned to the end so you know what I did with the inside of the bottom of the bowl. So, well, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers, and thanks to my future subscribers. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, share my video, leave me a comment. Those are always good. I enjoy reading them. Yep. So thanks again for watching, and everyone take care. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the flip side.